What is up, my guys, gals, non-binary pals, and everyone in between? Welcome back to another video. I think this is like part 9 at this point. It shouldn't run too much longer. We're getting close to the end, I swear. It's still doing this stupid crap to me, but it's okay. We're gonna ignore it. I swear, I'm not trying to stretch this out into like a 20-part series. I was only expecting to go like...
The wilds ain't so scary now, are they?
to go like 6 parts at first, but I was thinking...
The service, for all the men and women who serve Celandia. The brushers, they moved in shadows, but the calamity found them.
But I'm gonna be honest, I was thinking that, like, my last speed run had gone very fast comparatively. So...
Now that's what I call a knife.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think it would take this long.
Now he can shoot that fang repeater all day long. Takes a careful touch to rattle those bones like that. Arrows like that can practically find their own way.
Time to go hunt them down and find Zia.
One last shard. It's all we need to put this mess behind us. And mother, what a mess it is. A mess like that could have only been made by hand. Zolf said the calamity failed, and he's right. The Ura stand is living proof of that. At the heart of the calamity was a simple idea. We never wanted to go to war again. Wanted to rule it out. We put a lot of folks against that problem. Scientists, soldiers, spies, even me. We sought solutions far beyond the city. We traveled near as far as the kid's going right now.
Just walked on the air.
Most of our efforts didn't bear fruit. Then there was a breakthrough, but it didn't come from one of our people. came from an Ura, a brilliant young scientist named Ven.
Bet you that's CS5.
Ven worked for the Mancers, the sharpest knives in the city's drawer. With his help, the Mancers devised a way to seal the Ura tunnels shut in a flash. Just like that, every last Ura living in the Tassel terminals will be gone. This discovery was never to be used, they said, except as a last resort. But Ven didn't like being manipulated. He had plans of his own. He sabotaged the Mancer's little science project, set it to blow up in their faces. Imagine how Ven must have felt when they finally made him pull that trigger. We're lucky to be alive.
Just walked off the edge.
But remember, the Bastion can fix everything. We just need that shard. Too bad the Ura ain't exactly been willing to collaborate on that front. For now, Kid had little choice but to pick up where the Calamity left off. First things first, though. There's someone we figured needed rescuing. Zia. The Ura fell back, no doubt planning the next move, but we knew ours already.
I don't have enough to upgrade my carbine. That's unfortunate. Please give me some more.
The country, she's all to pieces now, but still looking good.
Yes! Oh, that's perfect. I have exactly enough.
Taught him a little something from my days on the front. There's something we had to do before going after that last shard. Well, now it's personal, ain't it? It's personal for him, and it's personal for me. They never saw him coming. He gets his hands on the care package I sent him. The Ura found a way to keep the calamity from spreading through Sultan's Hollow. They got their own security and everything. Pretty fancy, even. Still, they ain't used to having visitors around. Break enough of those things and the Calamity Rocks slink back into the ground. They've got these conductors that are all what's keeping the place together.
Bad idea.
Those rocks are like tumors, the same kind the Ura planted in Bastion. Well, the Ura must be in a panic right about now. They even sick their little rattletail heads on the kid. Those rodents are just a bump in the road. Kids picking the whole place apart, piece by piece. By now, every Ura from here to the terminals must know he's in town. Most of the Ura's conductors are squared away in the middle of the hollow. They're easy targets. The Ura ain't pulling their punches. Those Calamity Rocks must be eating that place apart from the inside. The Ura keep hanging on to that barricade. After all, their homeland's not much farther. Some of them are downright bewildered by what's happening.
Kids coming in here now.
Maybe they know they've lost this. Lost to a kid. They underestimated us. had us pegged all wrong.
Get where they're coming from. We didn't cause this.
Yes, our people caused the calamity, but here we are trying to fix it. Shame the opportunity for civilized discourse is over. Suppose old Zolf should have got to know us better. Maybe I should have trusted him. Told him everything I knew. Zolf, the Ura, they have every reason to be angry. Beyond angry. As the hour grows desperate, the Ura bring out their big guns. Too bad for them, our guns are bigger still. But when this is all over, it'll all be water under the bridge. There's nothing standing in his way no more. He sees the Tazzle terminals loom large on the horizon. Way out there on the edge of the world, that's where he finally finds you. But it ain't like Prosper Bluff this time. Ain't nothing for this gal to sing about now. Zia, you weren't kidnapped. No, ma'am. You just had to see what happened to the Ura. To your own people. You had to see if everything Zolf wrote to you was true. Sure you didn't drop that twangy thing on purpose? Just to see if he'd go after you? They lost everything, didn't they? But they just keep on fighting like that's gonna bring it all back. I don't need to see what happened to the Ura. I'm trying to undo it, remember? The power of the calamity ain't well understood, but a hammer sure is. First step to learning the Calamity Cannon is knowing about the machinery overrides. Once the kid gets that last shard from Zolf, it'll all be over.
Gonna try out here real quick.
The Ura probably didn't know they were being watched from Manser Observatory. It was the perfect spot to test something no one's meant to know about. Only trouble was, something about the place drove the windbags crazy. Hefty thing like that takes getting used to. Gotta point her in the right direction. Best stand well clear of that impact. Not a good idea to drop that thing. Whatever gets in her way is in the world of her, but she ain't the fastest thing. When the windbags caused enough trouble, the observatory would shut down.
Oh.
Part of the rippling walls floated by, so I caught the kid's old knapsack.
Try this out.
It's hard to sleep easy these days, what with everything that's happened. Zolf, very soon the kid's gonna have to face that man again, for the last time. They met on the worst day of Zolf's life. There in the Hanging Gardens, he aimed to throw it all away. It wasn't the first time Zolf had nothing to lose. He was born to a simple Ura couple who didn't last long before plague took him. He grew up hungry in the tunnels of the Tassel terminals, so he took to stealing from a Ceylonian missionary living there. He once got sloppy with his thieving hands. The missionary caught him, but didn't rat him out. Instead, he offered to take him in. That missionary raised Zolf like a gentleman, like it was his own son. Taught him theology, history, and mercy. When the missionary passed away, Zolf promised to continue his work to bring about a lasting peace between the Ura and Zealandia.
Well, that clearly worked out for him.
Zolf started teaching the missionaries wisdom to any Ura who would listen, and listen they did. He advocated tolerance and argued that the Ura should atone for the war. He believed the city had much to teach his people. However, Zolf felt he could only do so much in the Tassel terminals. He needed Caelondia to know the Ura had changed. He decided to do what the missionary did many years before. He left the city of his youth to brave a savage land. The journey was hard, but he knew how to fend for himself. And then at last, Zolf saw the rippling walls on the horizon. He endeared himself to city folk straight away, and in turn he fell in love with the city and its people. One in particular. This young lady was fascinated by the Ura, but she never met anyone like Zolf. She told him she knew all the city's best-kept secrets. The Hanging Gardens was their favorite spot. It was there that Zolf clasped her hands and proposed in proper Caelondian style. He celebrated with his friends long into the night. Joy and revelry like he'd never seen. Too bad he couldn't remember it all.
They're too drunk.
He woke up alone underground inside the Ura Caelondian War Memorial, built like an Ura den. But something was wrong. He emerged from that hole in the ground into a waking nightmare. Everything that wasn't gone was twisted upside down. The world was frozen, air thick with ash. What few faces he saw on the street stared back at him with gray and vacant eyes. found his wife-to-be asleep inside her home. But when he reached out to her, she joined with all the ashes in the sky. And so Zolf returned to where he proposed in the Hanging Gardens. And there he stood, as if the gods would answer him. The kid's gonna be okay. As for that man, who knows?
Alright, thank you for joining me, everyone. I think that's where we're going to call it today. I am going to do the reflection off the video so I don't have to watch me do that again just to earn some extra fragments so I can upgrade the Calamity Cannon again. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.